Hello movie fans! Have you been looking for something to do on Tuesday nights? Well, come to Markham at the Movies, located in the Markham Vallejo Theater. What is it, you might ask? Or what are they trying to accomplish? Well, let me show you a glimpse of some films they have shown.
Meine Damen und Herren, ein Jurist, in dessen gepanzerter Brust das zarte Flämmchen der Menschlichkeit noch nicht völlig erlosch. Danke.
Pour Canada for freedom.
Le monde ici, il veut des jobs.
Avez-vous fini de nous prendre pour des melons?
Moi, je dis fuck off!
Tu n'as pas d'opinion.
Ton vote est pas à vendre. Pour ou contre? Me semble c'est simple.
Puis toi, Guibard, c'est quoi ton opinion?
Maudite gang de malades!
I believe in my neighbour, my fellow man, meeting up and struggling to understand our lives as best we can. The hall is a safe space where we can think, talk, learn, listen, laugh and dance. It brings out the best in us. So come along and see what we're doing with your own eyes. Don't be frightened.
Films like these have made Markham at the Movies what it is. And to quote a Markham at the Movies representative, Joanne Stevenson, "The mission at Markham at the Movies is to entertain and enlighten Markham audiences by showing quality Canadian and international films." And now the chair of Markham at the Movies will explain other reasons why they started Markham at the Movies.
The reason that it was started was because there is one Cineplex theater in Markham. And for people to go downtown to see some of the movies, it's a big deal, actually. And a lot of the Markham residents are older. They don't want to drive downtown and park, and the movies are showing for a relatively short time. So the movies were not coming to Markham. There were not the kinds of movies that a lot of people were interested in. And so part of the reason for starting this was the ability to show movies that would not be seen in the theaters here in Markham or Richmond Hill. And they're Canadian movies and international movies. And some of the lesser known ones, not the big names, like the Academy Awards or whatever, although we always try to show the Academy Award winner if Canada wins one of the categories. So we would try to do that. But it was an opportunity for us to show movies that normally people would not have access to. Now, in some cases, they do now have access because of Netflix. When we first started, that wasn't available. But lots of times people don't even hear of these movies, so they don't know to look for them sometimes. And they come out and see a movie they've never heard of, and they're delighted that they had a chance to see it. It's one thing to watch a movie all by yourself at home, and it's another thing to watch it in a theater with other people. And also, it's almost like a night out for friends to get together, come out, see a movie. Our sponsors are very good. We have raffles and giveaways. They have free chocolates from some of them. In the next movie, we're going to have free gelato at the end of the movie. So it's not just a movie, it's a whole experience, I think, and it's a community. It really has built a community of moviegoers.
How is Markham at the Movies put together?
What happened originally was that the Markham Arts Council decided that they were interested in bringing films to Markham, and at that time the director was Judy McIntyre, and she approached TIFF, and she approached a small group of people that might be interested, and TIFF came out and explained. And so, yes, we get all our movies through TIFF and have always done that. And we have a film selection committee, and every fall they go to the film festival, and TIFF has a special screenings for those people that belong to the film circuit. And they see these movies, and they get to meet with other people from around the province that are doing the same kind of thing as we are. Right now we have 11 members on our committee at this time. We'd love to have anyone on our committee. We've asked a couple of times our audience, and as a matter of fact we have just recently 3 new members on our committee. Because after 7 years some people decide to leave and do other things, so it's a fair amount of work to keep it going. Setting up the movie, doing the sound system check, that kind of thing.
What does Markham at the Movies need to put on a show?
We have members that work at selling tickets at the door. You can walk in. You don't have to have a subscription.
Subscriptions for 6 films is $55 or $10 at the door.
Well, we have quite a strong advertising campaign. We create a brochure which we distribute to all the community centers and the libraries, and we join the Markham Arts Council at all the, not all of, but many of the festivals that are in Markham and Unionville over the spring and summer.
What are in the brochures?
Now we have one brochure sponsor, and it advertises the movies for, only advertises the movies for September, October, November, because we try to get them as close to when they're released as possible. So that means that sometimes we don't know what we can get for January, February, and March until later. So in November we put out a card with the next 3 movies in it. So our audience kind of has to, if they take a subscription, and the subscription is 6 movies for $55 or $10 at the door. If they take a subscription, they have to trust us on what's coming in the next 3 movies, because it's not available to them at that time. One of the things that we were trying to do is to bring out a younger audience. Our audience demographic right now is an older audience, and we also partner with Markham Little Theatre in that we provide their ads and their flyers at our movies, and they provide our flyers at their plays.
How many shows are there, and when are they? There are 6 shows a year, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Other information on Markham at the Movies can be found on Facebook, the Markham at the Movies website, the Markham Arts Council site, or other booking sites. Some sites like Markham Review have written articles about Markham at the Movies that state further who they are. Films are shown as soon as they come to DVD because of the system's capabilities at the theater. The Flato Theater is not a movie theater, and this experience of being in the theater, where plays are performed, adds an element of sophistication to the viewing experience. What is the future of Markham at the Movies?
To add 1 or 2 more movies. Right now we do September, October, November, and January, February, March. This year there was a cancellation at the theater, and we were able to get 1 more movie in April. Our audience is now reaching capacity. We're almost filling all of the seats in the theater. We have talked about expanding to showing 1 movie at 4 o'clock and another movie again at 6:30. That would split our audience, which for the first little while would take us a while to rebuild, to back up and get enough people.
Is there anything else like Markham at the Movies in Markham?
I don't think there has been any other attempt in the area of film and movies that I know of.
Although there is other programs around Ontario in Oakville and Vaughan. In Vaughan, they have also partnered with TIFF at a program called Vaughan Film Fest. Markham at the Movies is the first and only attempt in the Markham area to bring Toronto International Film Festival films and has been doing this now since 2010.